Welcome, magical folks and curious muggles, to a journey back to where it all began. Today, we're diving deep into the very first chapter of a story that changed the world, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. So, grab your wands and let's get started. Our story begins on a perfectly normal street called Privet Drive, which is about to become anything but normal. Under the cloak of darkness, two mysterious figures appear: the wise and wonderful Albus Dumbledore, headmaster of Hogwarts, and the stern but fair Professor McGonagall. They're discussing a baby boy, Harry Potter, who has just done the impossible. He survived an attack from the most feared dark wizard of all time, Lord Voldemort. You see, Voldemort had just murdered Harry's parents, Lily and James Potter. But when he turned his wand on one-year-old Harry, the killing curse rebounded. Voldemort was reduced to a mere shadow of his former self, and little Harry was left with only a lightning bolt scar on his forehead. An orphan, a legend, the boy who lived. Dumbledore decides Harry's safest place is with his only remaining relatives, the Dursleys. Soon, the giant and lovable Hagrid arrives, carrying the precious bundle, and Harry is left on a doorstep with a letter, unaware of the magical destiny that awaits him. Fast forward 10 miserable years. Harry is living in a cupboard under the stairs, treated like a servant by his magic-hating Uncle Vernon, Aunt Petunia, and their spoiled son, Dudley. They've hidden the truth about his parents, telling him they died in a car crash. Harry is a small, skinny boy with messy black hair and glasses, completely unaware of why strange things always seem to happen around him, like his hair growing back overnight after a terrible haircut, or accidentally vanishing the glass at a zoo and setting a snake free after having a chat with it. He just thinks he's a bit odd. But just before his 11th birthday, everything changes. A mysterious letter arrives addressed to Mr. H. Potter, the cupboard under the stairs. It's written in green ink on thick parchment. Uncle Vernon, terrified, snatches it and burns it. But the letters don't stop. They start pouring in, by the dozens, then hundreds, flooding the house through the chimney and under the door. In a panic, Uncle Vernon packs up the family and flees to a rickety shack on a storm-tossed island, convinced no one can find them there. He was wrong. At the stroke of midnight on Harry's 11th birthday, the door to the shack is smashed open. Standing there is the giant, Hagrid. Ignoring the Dursleys' protests, Hagrid finally tells Harry the truth with 5 words that change his life forever. "You're a wizard, Harry." He reveals that his parents were a brilliant witch and wizard, murdered by Voldemort. And the letter? It's an acceptance letter to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. The world Harry never knew existed is finally calling him home. The next day, Hagrid takes Harry to London, to a secret magical marketplace called Diagon Alley, hidden behind a pub called the Leaky Cauldron. For the first time, Harry sees the wizarding world in all its glory. Their first stop is Gringotts, the wizarding bank run by goblins, where Harry discovers his parents left him a fortune in gold. While there, Hagrid also picks up a small, grubby, top-secret package. Then it's a magical shopping spree. Spellbooks, potion ingredients, and a beautiful snowy owl, Harry names Hedwig. The final, most important stop is Ollivander's, the wand shop. Mr. Ollivander tells him that the wand that chooses him is very special. It contains a feather from the same phoenix that gave a feather to Voldemort's wand. A month later, Harry is at King's Cross Station, trying to find the mysterious Platform 9 and 3-4. He's rescued by the kind and bustling Weasley family who show him how to run straight at the brick wall between platforms 9 and 10. He emerges onto a secret platform where the Scarlet Hogwarts Express is waiting. On the train, he meets Ron Weasley, a funny, friendly boy from a large, pure-blood wizarding family. They instantly become friends. They also meet the brilliant, know-it-all Hermione Granger. A quick run-in with the arrogant Draco Malfoy sets the stage for a long-lasting rivalry. Arriving at the magnificent Hogwarts Castle, the new students are led to the Great Hall for the sorting ceremony. A magical hat, the sorting hat, decides which of the 4 schoolhouses each student belongs to: Gryffindor for the brave, Hufflepuff for the loyal, Ravenclaw for the wise, and Slytherin for the cunning. Draco is sorted into Slytherin. Ron and Hermione are both sent to Gryffindor. When it's Harry's turn, the hat is conflicted. It senses greatness and a thirst to prove himself, qualities fit for Slytherin. But Harry, already wary of Slytherin, silently begs, "Not Slytherin." Honoring his choice, the hat shouts, "Gryffindor! Life at Hogwarts is a dream." Harry excels in his flying lessons, discovering a natural talent for riding a broomstick, but not everything is perfect. He immediately clashes with the potions master, Professor Snape, the head of Slytherin House, who seems to hate Harry from the moment he sees him. Harry also learns there was a break-in at Gringotts on the very day he and Hagrid were there, at the exact vault where Hagrid retrieved that mysterious package. The plot thickens. Professor McGonagall, impressed by Harry's flying, makes him the youngest seeker for the Gryffindor Quidditch team in a century. Quidditch, a thrilling sport played on broomsticks, quickly becomes Harry's passion. One night, while sneaking around, Harry, Ron, and Hermione accidentally stumble into a forbidden corridor on the 3rd floor. They come face to face with a monstrous 3-headed dog guarding a trap door. They quickly realize that whatever Hagrid took from Gringotts is now hidden right here inside the castle. On Halloween, chaos erupts when a mountain troll is let into the castle. While everyone panics, Harry and Ron realize Hermione is in the girls' bathroom, unaware of the danger. They rush to save her and, using a bit of teamwork and a simple levitation charm, they manage to knock the troll unconscious. From that moment on, the 3 of them are an inseparable trio of best friends. The friends are determined to figure out what the 3-headed dog is guarding. A slip of the tongue from Hagrid gives them a name: Nicholas Flamel. Hermione, ever the bookworm, discovers that Flamel is the only known maker of the Philosopher's Stone, a legendary substance that can turn any metal into gold and produce the elixir of life, granting immortality. They become convinced that Snape is trying to steal the stone for Voldemort. As a punishment for being out of bed late, Harry, Hermione, and Draco are sent into the Forbidden Forest with Hagrid. There, Harry witnesses a terrifying sight: a hooded figure drinking the blood of a unicorn. A centaur named Firenze saves Harry and explains the figure was Voldemort, using the unicorn's blood to sustain himself until he can get the Philosopher's Stone and regain his full power. Believing Snape will make his move while Dumbledore is away, Harry, Ron, and Hermione decide to take matters into their own hands. They get past the 3-headed dog, Fluffy, by playing music and jump down the trap door. They face a series of magical challenges set by the Hogwarts professors. They survive a deadly plant called Devil's Snare, catch a flying key, and win a giant life-or-death game of wizard's chess, where Ron sacrifices himself so Harry and Hermione can go on. Finally, Hermione solves a logic puzzle with potions, allowing Harry to proceed alone into the final chamber. But in the last room, Harry is shocked. It's not Snape. It's the timid, stuttering Professor Quirrell. Quirrell confesses everything. He let the troll in. He tried to curse Harry's broom during the Quidditch match, while Snape was trying to save him. He unwraps his turban to reveal a second, horrifying face on the back of his head. The face of Lord Voldemort, living like a parasite on Quirrell's body. The Philosopher's Stone can only be retrieved from the enchanted mirror of Arist by someone who wants to find it, but not use it. When Harry looks in the mirror, the stone magically appears in his pocket. Quirrell attacks, but when he touches Harry, his skin burns and blisters. Dumbledore later explains this is due to the lingering magic of Harry's mother's love and sacrifice. Harry, realizing this, fights back, and Quirrell's body turns to ash. Voldemort's spirit flees, and Harry passes out, the stone safe. He wakes up in the hospital wing with Dumbledore by his side, who explains everything. The stone will be destroyed. At the end-of-year feast, Dumbledore awards last-minute points to Harry, Ron, Hermione, and Neville for their bravery, leading Gryffindor to win the House Cup. As Harry boards the train to go back to the Dursleys for the summer, he's no longer just an unwanted orphan. He's a hero, a friend, and a true wizard who knows that no matter what, Hogwarts will always be there to welcome him home. And that's where our first incredible adventure ends. What a beginning, right? If you loved revisiting this magical story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and let me know your favorite moment from the first book in the comments below. Thanks for watching.